put it in the fridge. It was a huge bag. Mum was pretty nervous around flight, but she didn't mind buying and stuff. Oh, Mum, I can't believe I got asked to be on the senior team. And you're sure you're ready for it? She looked anxious. Horses had that effect on her. A little worm wriggled in my stomach when I shoved the bag into the rucksack I always took to Dad's.
This is the John Hewitt Society's event to celebrate World Book Day, put on with the support of Belfast City Council and the Tourist Board. The common thread running through it all is the celebration for World Book Day, is introducing people to reading, to getting a chance to talk to authors, getting to experience what authors experience and trying to stimulate them, maybe in the hope we're helping the authors of the future.
My favourite story is The Cat in the Hat. My favourite book is Roald Dahl, The Witches. My favourite story is The Twits, written by Roald Dahl.
And I've read The Badness of Ballydog, and I really enjoyed it.
Really interesting finding out each author's opinion.
My favourite book was probably Prim and Proper, and I think everyone should come and see all the authors. It was really interesting getting to know them.
Eddie's father was killed by dragons. No, actually, that's a lie. He was killed when his submarine exploded. No, actually, that's a lie as well. The absolute truth is that he was killed by aliens and his death was covered up by the government because it didn't want to frighten anyone. Sorry, but that's not true either. The absolute hand on heart, swear to God truth is that he was murdered by terrorists. It's a World Book Day event, and anything to do with getting people to read, is fantastic, especially kids. And I've written about 8 books for kids now at the 9 to 12 age group, and for me that's a really interesting time to capture people's minds.
Today was a very enjoyable event, partly because it was kind of a self-selecting group, so we had some good readers and writers among the kids here today. So there's good questions, and
it's really about where ideas come from, and what you find at that age, there's a lot of kids in the audience who are writing themselves and they're writing stories at home.
I think the key thing is liking to read, actually. And after a while, after you've read a lot, you really you find a lot of stories that you love, and there's a certain power there, and you want to claim some of that energy and some of that power for yourself. So really, good writing starts with reading. Ewan stayed outside and looked back over the new town. One word sprang to mind as he surveyed it. That word was bad. Ewan's instincts were sharp. Ballydog was the baddest town in the country, possibly the world. There were no other towns within 40 kilometres of Ballydog because nobody wanted to live within 40 kilometres of it. It huddled in its harbour meanly, like a miser guarding his hoard. Even the weather seemed to dislike the town. Rain lashed down it while the sun was shining everywhere else up and down the coast. Wind tried to blow its roofs off. Clouds hung low and sealed in the dampness. The town, as if attempting to have revenge on nature, used its fish finger factory to poison the sky. The farms grew nothing but discontent. The people of Ballydog embodied the 7 deadly sins and a few extra sins they'd invented for themselves. There is manipulation, grabbiness, excessive bossiness, slimy slipperiness, aggressive scheminess, and plain dishonesty happening on every street every day. But above all, there was badness. Anybody who wanted to be different in Ballydog needed to be careful. The town would work on them until they were broken and persuaded to see the world its way, or it would just eat them for breakfast.